Good afternoon. It is January 31st, 2023, and today we just had an uptrend day, really. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of overlap and ranging in all of this price action. So to me, this was very tough to look at with confidence and take trades, but we'll take a look at it, and maybe Mac has something else written, but very clear by about uh, very clear, maybe by about here, that this was the channel because you could drag it up to these highs and the midline fits perfectly. So uh, anyway, we'll take a look. So in the overnight, you have a move down, and really you could probably just draw the move down more like this. Break, move down to a new low, and we get this reversal that doesn't set up for us to take, unfortunately. And we just that's the low of the day. So we start moving up. Oh, you get a nice. This might be in a news item. 5:30. I think that was after the news item, but I like that second entry low. Um, Problem is, I mean, it looks like a spike in channel to me. It doesn't look like so. There's not a convincing break of this trend channel. Yeah, that looks like a spike in channel. However, we didn't quite make it to the highs of that channel, so that might leave you a little skeptical. Um, but I like that. It's a second entry long. But we get a break and we just go sideways for a while. And this is right here is a double test. But this is just so much overlap. I don't think you want to take that. And there isn't a whole lot of room back to the EMA, the 3750. So there's enough to get you a scalp. So why don't I just mark that green? But yeah, we're just chopping around on both sides of the EMA. Here you have a second entry short, which is also a double test, and there's room to the EMA. So I like that one. And we're not in a confirmed uptrend yet. I do like that one, and you can see a lot of people like that. That comes all the way back down to the lows before it bounces. I don't think you can take that. But then that bounces up to the highs, and then we come sell off again, back to the lows, and we bounce and make a higher low. So, I mean, that is a second entry. Actually, no, technically this one ticks higher, I think. So that's the second entry. Maybe you take this one, but it's going into the EMA. So I don't think you want to take that. And then we just find congestion at those highs. And this turns out to be a spike in channel. Let me make that a different color so it's easy to see. So we have this spike in channel, and actually you get a second entry off that channel, but by then you're just playing the range, so you can't take that, unfortunately. This technically this right here is the second entry, but with that stem on it, I don't think you want to take it. And it's just in no man's land. If you have this potential spike in channel drawn, actually you would have it drawn by then because it's off the highs as well as it matches the lows. So I like that. Come up short of the yellow channel highs, but you get this first entry, second entry. So you might take that, but that looks like 4 inside bars. But when you get this, I think it's a matching low, and it's a failure, I think you have to take that off the key entry point. And you can see some people like that. But look, I mean, we came up short of the channel here, and then we came up short again, and it fails. So be aware of that and measure where you want to get out. As you can see, it makes a new high and sells off. And then we get a break of that channel, and then this move to a new high. But that looks like one leg. So then we get a two-legged correction, okay, before it goes higher again. So that's something to keep in mind. Why don't I'll delete this. This is looking a little busy. Okay, I don't want to delete the yellow channel, but here this is starting to look like a range. But we have a break of the yellow channel and a move to a new high. So you get this failure set up, and after prices have made a new high. So prices have gone below the EMA a couple times, so it's not looking like a strong uptrend. So you might take that, but all you get is you get an 8-tick failure. So if you're going for 8 ticks, you wouldn't have got this. And I deleted that level of support, but that was actually meant for this. So you can see this is an important level of support, and it bounces right off that and then stops people out who are going for 2 points right there. So these are things you really need to be aware of. It bounces, stops those people out, then goes exactly where you were hoping for it to go. And then we find support off the larger trend channel for the day. You actually get a break though first, and then a first entry, failed second entry. I just like this as a higher low off the key entry point. First entry, second entry right here. So we get a higher low, good signal bar, closes above the EMA. I marked this one as a second entry short because you can see this channel working down. But if you see, first of all, if you're playing it like a range, you shouldn't take that. And second of all, if you see this support from the trend channel, you probably shouldn't be taking that short. But it does confirm this channel, even if temporarily. And you can see it bounces off the midline and rockets up. And now we have a sell-off. So you can see it's probably, this trend channel is probably drawn a little like this, but because of that gap. But problem is then you don't get this touch off this low. But doesn't really matter. You get a second entry long up here, but you're going into all this resistance. I don't think you want to take that. And there's a lot of overlap here. And then we're just going sideways, and you get like just a higher low off the trend channel. I think I was looking at that as a type of second entry long, but it's not. So this is just a higher low. Maybe you take that. Oh, okay. First entry, second entry, and then it's a higher low. Yeah, that's what I was looking at it as. So I mean, I would only enter on that on a limit order though. So it's 12:15, so market closes in about 45 minutes. But there's just so much overlap in here. I don't think anything's good enough to take. So that's how I saw it today. I hope everyone had a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow.